Hello there, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. Let me just turn the volume up. I hope that's not too loud. I'm using a different machine, so it is what it is today. A different laptop to record, so we'll see how we go. Okay, so microphone's the same, so hopefully sound quality's okay. All right, let's get started. First of all, I want to thank those that have sent in donations. Some of them have really left me a little bit gobsmacked in their generosity. So I just want to thank you also for your wonderful comments on my work and for your support of the channel generally. I want to start with Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation and just throw it out there, see what we can see. And then I want to check in on the winter in Ukraine and how that's going to go for Russia, how that's going to go for Ukraine. And I just want to ask a simple question. Has Putin found his off-ramp yet? It appears that China has supposedly said no use of tactical nuclear weapons. I want to see what's going on there. But first to the Special Counsel investigation. Of course, we know Kellyanne Conway went to address the January 6th committee hearing. Do you remember ages ago when I said there was somebody who called, I think it was called from the White House to the Congress. And I said, it was a woman. It could have even been Kellyanne Conway. So she's giving evidence to the January 6th committee. Mike Pence has been, I think has been asked by the DOJ that he for evidence on the January 6th attempted coup. Stephen Miller, as I understand it, appears today. I think it is before the January 6th committee or DOJ, one of the two. And we've got the January 6th committee going to release all of its evidence where it doesn't compromise its sources. Things are not looking good for the former failed president. Well, he's the failed former president. He's both. All right, let's get started with Jack Smith. And let's see what's going on here. Special counsel, of course, Trump is, employing the same things that he did with Mueller, degenerate for sure. He's degenerating. But it's not got the same punch because he's not the president. He's not sitting in the president's chair. He's just some failed former guy. All right. I am keeping it a little bit light. I really am because, this constant Trump stuff is, it's got to be wearing on the best of us. Okay, so Special Counsel, the question I want to ask is, will Jack Smith's investigation end up with an indictment for any of the Congress, any of the members of Congress? So, will Jack Smith's indictment end up with an indictment of any of the people in Congress? Now, I'm getting, oddly enough, the Saturn, image of Saturn and the rings of Saturn, for whatever reason. Oh, Saturn in Aquarius. The hard work that must be done. I have to say that I think it's next week that I'll be with Dr. Vicky Scarborough. We'll be looking at the US Sibley chart for 2022 and 2023. That'll be toward the end of next week. I'm already seeing a difference, a progression, but more on that later. So Saturn in Aquarius, the work here. What else can I see? What else can I see? So I'm kind of hearing the word demagogue. So that's like the cult of. The cult of. Okay, will any of the Congress people be indicted? Yeah, okay. So there's a target there. I see an X. I think they already have specific targets, and I do believe that Trump was told before the midterms he was a target of the investigation. We'll know more about that later. Who else may have been told? Okay, and who else may be flipping as a result? Okay, so will any of the Congress people be indicted? Oh, don't be surprised if Marjorie Taylor Greene is indicted. I saw a clear face in my third eye. Okay, so let's just ask. Oh, here's the Ace of Cups. It's around decisions and inevitability of those decisions, judgment. Okay, well, any members of the Congress. Now, I've already said, she came up in my last reading, didn't she? That whatever she did was akin to opening the door, not literally opening the door, well, at least I don't think she opened the door, but I think she gave tours of the Congress, showed them particular things the day before. All right, many people think she is the alleged pipe bomber. All right, so her face, her hair, her profile came up very, very, very clearly. Okay. Will any members of Congress be indicted as a result of Jack Smith's investigation? Okay, so we've got the Nine of Cups, like the wish fulfillment is a happening here. It's a strong yes card, but let's see if we can pick this apart a little bit. We've got crossroads and decisions. Many experts are saying that the special counsel was brought on because the investigation extends to Congress, and Garland, the AG, US AG, had to make a decision. With the sun at the foundation of this Celtic cross, I'm thinking it was a hard decision, but it looks like you're getting full illumination of the entire plan. I think that's what's going to come out between the January 6th investigation and the DOJ. There's something around a laser beam, like a laser beam focus here. I think you're going to get the entire story in time. Saturn, Father Time, in time. The Wheel of Fortune, we have, it's in the past. It's like that Jupiter energy. Jupiter's moving into Aries shortly. Actually, I can't recall if it's December. Yeah, end of December. Okay, Page of Swords. Okay, will any of them be indicted? This is like my card for sedition. It's also a younger member of Congress as well. I'm wondering about Madison Cawthorn. He's no longer in the Congress. But this is, my card for the spy in the camp from within. Now we have the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving help, Members of Congress really did aid. Now, Oathkeeper leader, if you can call him a leader, Oathkeeper head, Stuart Rhodes, has been convicted of sedition. I did a chakra reading on him. It's a real portrait of extremism. If you scroll back, maybe I'll link it here. Because you think, why would I bother, spending time listening to him or listening to something about him? It is a portrait of extremism and how it got that way. Okay, giving and receiving help. So we have the Seven of Pentacles in the here and now. I do believe something changed Garland's mind, and that's why he brought on the special counsel, whether it was Trump announcing that he was going to go for president, the candidacy. we've got here, if plan A doesn't work, plan B comes along. So this is part also of the wider web of the, I think it's like a slow-moving coup which culminated with the riot, the insurrection at the Capitol. So there'll be, look for those members of Congress that may have been involved prior to the riot as well. And we've got the Empress card, something coming to fruition in time. Now there's something around time. There's something around the planning of this coup, that there were members of Congress involved in the months leading up to it. So don't look at them just on the day when they stuck their hand up to object to the certification. It's something around pre-planning. The Ace of Swords in the hopes and fears. Well, I guess they are fearful of the truth emerging, but the hope is, and that is Aquarius energy as well. So much good is being done by Saturn in Aquarius. I mean, I love it. Okay, now we have the Nine of Swords in the outcome. There's high levels of anxiety. I just see this Nine of Swords coming up more and more in relation to the investigation. It's clarified by the Five of Pentacles, loss, anxiety and loss. And we've got the Voter. I think what this spread, Ace of Wands at the base of the pack, and betrayal. I think why these cards are coming up so often, and I'm going to pull some clarifications in relation to these investigations, is that whatever's going to be, well, two sides. One, on the side of those that are guilty, there's a high degree of anxiety now. The special counsel's been brought on, including with Trump. But also, it's not a matter that the DOJ takes lightly. There's a lot of grief around this investigation. And I'm just getting a feeling that those people who are giving evidence and perhaps are flipping, there's grief. There's grief there too, that, you know, they might have been on the sidelines, and then when this happened, it was way too much. There was a line crossed. I know you've got no sympathy for those people, but it's just, we don't see that side of it. All we see is, come on, Garland, indict them, put them in jail. But when this all comes out, you know, some may not want to stick around to face the music. All right. Okay. I'm not someone that delights in others' downfalls, but there will be downfalls here. Okay, so let's get a clarification on this. Why this Nine of Swords, whenever I read on the DOJ investigation, keeps coming up. 3 cards came out. Okay, there was a plan here. It looks like those that were involved in the plan are anxious, and those who are now digging and investigating the plan are also anxious. This is like, it's like Watergate on steroids, plus. 7 of Rods, standing their ground, defending themselves, something that comes to fruition in time. Saturn. Okay, what's this 9 of Swords? Ah, yes, the courts, the judgment, the charges, the indictments, those that worked, and whoa, it's an inevitability that anyone, Saturn, the rings of Saturn, anyone who was involved in the pre-planning, it's not just the Oath Keepers, the Proud Boys, the insurrectionists, this is everyone is going to be under. I'd say this is the largest scale investigation in the US history. It's an inevitability that those who were involved will be outed. Now I know why the 9 of Swords is coming up, because they're anxious about the past. So we might not hear about it. We might not be able to see into their dinner tables at night, but there's a hell of a lot of anxiety there. And well, so may it be so. Well may they be anxious because they're caught up in indictments, what will come down as indictments. Now, Fulton County investigation of Trump, and that arm of the investigation is heating up as well. Lindsey Graham had to testify. Raffensperger, the Secretary of State in Georgia, had to testify. Okay. It'd be interesting to say which is going to be first, which will be the first indictment for Trump. Let's see if I can get an answer on that. First indictment for Trump, will it be DOJ? Let's see if I can get some strong cards. Will the first indictment for Trump be the DOJ? Someone's holding a briefcase. They've got a lot of things in it. So we've got celebrations, the Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles. It's the documents, classified documents case. I think that is probably going to come up as the first indictment. Yep. Okay, so always felt that, and I pointed to a December, but maybe that's too soon. Okay, let's take a look at how, for the hell of it, for the fun of it, how does Trump feel? How does Trump feel now? What is Trump wishing for? What is Trump wishing for? What is he wishing for? It's like I'm seeing someone painting now. Maybe a quieter life. What is Trump wishing for? Odd, someone's painting Putin. Okay, the King of Wands, lawmakers, midterms, seeing if he can spin it out to 2024. Now we have Biden, the King of Cups. Wow, two kings. Okay, so we've got opposition. Oh, and Garland, lawmakers. Okay, his hopes are on the House and trying to stop the DOJ. That's where it's at, because that's also Garland's card as well. Knight of Cups, movement forward. Yep, watch for it. Watch for it. He wants them to close this down. In the past, we've got standing his ground, defending himself. In the sky, we've got an abuse of power. Yeah, he's going to try and get McCarthy to do his dirty work. And it's going to be through politics and in the House. However, in the here and now, we've got the Ten of Swords. He kind of knows that he's toast. The environment around his strength. He's never faced anything like this before. Did he overplay his hand? Did he fly too high like Icarus and his wings started to melt? I mean, that's a pretty heavy fall to the ground. Okay, and he doesn't have the presidency to protect him. Now he has the McCarthy. If that's who he's relying on, the magician, manipulation, that he can manipulate the situation. He's going to try and, Two of Wands is the outcome, try and play out the clock. So the past is clarifying the Two of Wands, and he's got his cult on the job. It's going to try and work through the House, the Devil card, to try and slow everything down. I actually think that was the reason Garland appointed the special counsel, remembering that special counsel is funded out of a special bag in Treasury, a special funding line in Treasury that isn't subject to the House vote. I think that's what motivated Garland. You see why the Nine of Swords is keeping on coming up? All right, let's move to winter in Ukraine, Russian shelling. War crimes. These are war crimes. Shelling civilian populations are now in the southeast of Ukraine, the territory that they've won back, hitting electricity and other types of infrastructure. Let's see. Did Xi Jinping, who has trouble enough of his own, tell Putin no nuclear weapons to be used? Did China tell... I'm seeing a nuclear, like one that goes underwater. Did China tell... Maybe China threatened them. Threaten their ships or something. I don't know. There's something around an undersea weapon. Did China say no nuclear weapons? 4 of Cups. 3 cups lost, 1 cup remaining. It's not a strong yes card, but we've got the 4s, foundations. Families, reunions, disappointed. 4s, now 3 4s, 4 of Pentacles. You know, like, I think this is some sort of threat. Do they buy a lot of energy, resources from Russia? I think they might. There's ships there. The High Priestess in the sky, intuition, secrets to be revealed. There was an implied threat, I feel, that they would break with Russia. Let's keep going. The Emperor card, Xi Jinping, Putin, both wannabe emperors. Queen of Pentacles, stability, financial stability, yeah. 4 of Swords, in the hopes and fears. I will retreat. I will step back. I won't buy your resources. King of Wands is the outcome card. I think he did. Loans and debts. How much does Russia owe China? And we've got the Fool card. New starts, breaking away from those debts. Those loans and debts. The buying of the resources. Yeah, I think that he did too, but there was also some implied military kind of threat as well. Now, China borders Russia, very close to Ukraine. So, all right, let's see this winter. Ukraine in the winter. How is Ukraine going to go? They need better air defences, more air defences. They need planes in the sky. Okay, so let's have a look. I think just after I read, I said I thought that the West would give them some kind of weaponry that would help. They did. They gave them this kind of very, very powerful drone aeroplane thing. I think Germany did that, and that will increase their ability to knock out these missiles with more accuracy coming in from Russia. All right, so will Ukraine be able to keep on the offensive and take more territory in winter? What happens? Will Ukraine continue to make gains against Russia in this winter war? Will Ukraine continue to make gains against Russia in this winter war? I'm seeing the hibernation of a bear. Magician card, manifestation. Manifestation. And the 7 of Cups, something around pathways being blurred. There's like a smoke... okay, camouflage. The Finnish people did very well against Russia in the winter because of their ability to camouflage themselves. Knight of Cups here. This is moving forward quite quickly, taking gain. I think it's still gaining, but it's a quick thing. They might come in and take gains and then... I don't know. It's a celebratory card. The Temperance card in the past, again, there's a lot of emotional optimism and manifestation in the wind in their sails, enabling them to move forward. There's a lot around cups. This is sort of like, if you get two people in the ring and one doesn't have much motivation and the other is fighting for their sister's right to exist in Iran, that person's going to fight with heart, and that's what Russia doesn't have. The Hierophant card, the government connection with spirit. I've always said that on the side of Ukraine are forces that we cannot see. Right now, the Five of Cups, that's the people they're losing, and the Russian soldiers that didn't want to be there, that are not going home. Endings and beginnings. The whole world while not in the trenches, it's the other things that we accept to help Ukraine win this war. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think we could be, yes, there will be fighting that might go on for years, as it always has done in the eastern parts of Ukraine, but there could be a closer end to this than what we think. I think I predicted around February we would start to see that. Queen of Wands in the hopes and fears, that's the passion. Okay, so we've got things, yes, basically, is the outcome card. It's the Eight of Wands. Things moving very quickly. Taking the territory, that was my specific question. Perhaps territory closer to the sea. I know Odessa is still in the hands of the Ukrainians, but they could take territory closer to the sea. They're going to continue. Look at this. Cups now. Queen of Cups. Something being revealed, their strength will be revealed in winter. Wish fulfillment. Oh my God, these cards are so positive for Ukraine in winter. I have to say, I don't even need to look anymore. My other question, and I don't want this to be too long, but my other question was Putin. Is Putin looking for an off ramp? I suspect he is. But we'll leave that for another reading. They might say, well, we'll withdraw from southeast Ukraine if we can keep Crimea. Would Ukraine accept that? I'm not quite sure that they would. But anyway, let's leave that for another reading. That's it for now, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back again with another reading soon. Bye for now.